What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Crypto Weekly Review live stream, home of the WoofPack. Yes, we have our own sign. We have a lot of green energy coming out of Bitcoin, and it's not the Klaus Schwab kind. It's the good kind. It's the pumpamental kind. So very excited, but there are some pitfalls, and we are going to talk about that very soon here. First, I just want to give a shout out to the WoofPack as everybody comes in. Now, I went to sleep last night, woke up, and I had so much data, so much research. It's like I had a overnight research team. I was like, dang, I never really thought the WoofPack or like this community would grow into that. All of it was relevant to this channel, everything that we are talking about. So it was crazy. It's like having my own research squad. So join up if you want to. It's free. Just DM me on Twitter and I'll give you the link. I'm not posting the link right now because I'm getting a lot of bots. I'm just attacked by bots every day. That's why I've been calling it only bans. If you want to join, just hit me up on Twitter. I'll send you the link once I know you're human. But yeah, we might have Funding Jim join us here in a little bit. We'll see what happens. I did send him a link, but we can get started right away on the charts. So you can see we have this huge trend line coming from all the way from July 2017, like July 17th, 2017, right before Bitcoin had a huge parabolic blow off top right here. Then the same trend line finds the bottom of the 2018 bear market, right? And it even, look at this, the recovery from the bear market even rides the trend line. Then we got a candle body close on the Cozy 19 dump right here. And now it's touching and climbing with this trend line into this current pump. So this is a very, very strong bullish parabola, okay? So we should have known. Now remember, we've been waiting for the 377 exponential moving average on the weekly chart on this channel. We've been waiting for this since 56,000, all right? Sold 65K. I've been waiting for this since 56,000. So it's very painful that we didn't hit this, but I should have known. I should have seen this trend line, and we've had a very big move, a spectacular move off of here. But there is a parabola, right? An inverse parabola. This is the bear's parabola right here. And finally, it has reached its third connecting point right here. The trend has to touch 3 times before it can be an official trend line. Now you can see before this pump right here, we really didn't have it. Like we really had some kind of weird broken pattern. We had bear flags and bear flags and bear flags. But now finally with this pump, it lines up perfectly. So what do we have going on here? We have the bulls, the long-term parabola versus the bears, the bear market parabola, right? Ever since the second 69K top, okay? Not the Richard Hart top. This is the Richard Hart 65K top. But this real 69K top, we finally are touching it. So now we have the bulls and the bears looking at each other face to face, okay? Now, what I was sending you earlier, what I put in the tagline, it's not clickbait. We literally, if Bitcoin does the same move or something similar to what it did in 2018, we are going to see like 40K Bitcoin by June. And here's what I'm talking about right here. Let's take a look at this. Here's the measuring. If we measure from the swing low of this move to the top, what do we have? We have about 46% from the absolute lows, okay? So now if we come back to, now notice, I want to show you something before I'll show you here in a little bit because it's on the daily chart. The daily RSI is identical to this, okay? It's that smoking, boiling RSI of about 90, all right? This is the same thing that happened here. So now if we take a look at this, I know it's a fractal, take it with a grain of salt, but so if we take a look at this right here, the last time it touched this parabola and then it pumped, this is before the Cozy 19 dip, right? So let's take a measuring stick right here and we'll measure up to the top, and that's damn near, well, we want to do it at the breakout though. So at the breakout, because yeah, right here, right when it popped through, you know, it's like 220 some percent, which would put us up right there by the 20K mark. And here's the painful part, right? When did it correct? When did we have a legitimate pullback? At this time, in these days in 2019, we were always like, oh, it's going to pull back. It's going to pull back. It never pulled back. And this is the weekly chart. So let's flip to the daily chart where it's more evident, right? Here's where it flipped. You can really see. Here's where it flipped in the last bear market recovery. And you can see right here, bam. What do we have? 87.54 RSI, just scorching, boiling hot. Now, we had the RSI go down. We had bearish divergence, but it kept pumping. And what happened? It found support on the 21 exponential moving average and kept pumping and kept pumping. Where's your pullback, bro? Where's the pullback, right? There's no pullback. It just kept going and going and going until we hit the peak of about 14,252. Now we should measure this because we could definitely see the breakout. It's right here. Oops. We better, let's kill that. So now we can really measure it on the daily chart because we can really see there's the breakout, pop. And on the 21, like you really, this is legit, right? A bounce off the 21 and rides the 21 all the way up to the top. There you go, 240%. That'll put us at 40K. And how long is that? Let's look again. So it started out in April 1st, April Fools. I totally remember that. Yeah, there was like, people were saying, this is the April Fool's pump, blah, 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 down by Easter. And it never did. It just kept going and going and going and going. And then bam. So where's your pullback, bro? When are you going to average in? So in this day and age, the bet, see, I wrote a lot of this down. Okay. So I did good on this, but I got wrecked on the Cozy 19 thing. I got fudded out and bought back higher. But here I rode this up, right? So we rode this up riding the 21. The price always likes to hug the 21 exponential moving average, okay? That it's very important for a health, which a temperature gauge for the market. You know, once it's diverging from this, you get a little nervous, you know, a very, very powerful move. Then what happened? Then we finally started cooling off, right? We started cooling off and it looked like we were about to pump. And look, we took out the previous swing high, right? We were about to pump. Now, damn, this is 236 days of down. And then the Cozy 19 dip. And that was a capitulation. You can see this trend line catches it perfectly. Yes, there's some wicks, but I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get for some crazy volatility. End of the world event. Remember, the world was ending. Like everybody on Telegram had like the gas mask suits on their avatars and all that stuff. So, I mean, this is as good as you're going to get for a massive black swan. That's Cozy 19, right? Then we climbed out and look what happened. Boom, boom, boom. We're just following the 21 exponential moving average, right? Then we get the second, you could call it a double top, second all-time high right there, and then down. And we've called this market very good. So hit the like button if you rode through the bear market with me just trolling everybody. Because I think we're getting through it, but now is the most critical time. Now is decision time, right? Are we going to break through this? Who's going to win? The bulls or the bears? Now there is a bearish scenario, which I'm going to get into now, right? So I told you the good news, all right? Yo, welcome Funding Jim. And hey, thank you. He's a direwolf. He bought the highest subscription to this channel. Thank you so much. And you're going to get one of the elite NFTs. We'll get into that a little bit later. But now we're going to get into the bull case, okay? So before we get too euphoric and crazy, I'm going to bring you back down to earth, okay? First, I'm going to do a little bit of shout outs in the chat. Pascal, YOLO, shout out to you, bro, man. Let me give you a wolf, a true OG, always hunting, always putting up good data in the chat, man. You're a freaking asset to this community. I think we're back. Yo, we're back. So let me know if you can hear me or if it's working. That sucks, man, because I was really on fire here and it died on me. So if there's anybody, hello, hello, hello. Is anybody there? There? I have no idea. I have no idea if this is going. Yep, all right, man. Hey, sorry, where did I leave off? I'm back, right? That sucks, bros, because I was having a really good stream. Saint Wolf, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being a member. WW3, hey. Where did I leave off, guys? Yeah, somehow I saved it. But if, bearishness. You left on shoutouts to Pascal. What? That cannot be true. That was like 15 minutes ago. I think I was, where did I leave off on? The plus token Ponzi? Okay. So, it was shout out to Pascal. Are you kidding me? So you missed all of my TA? Where did you get some of my TA? Where we talked about, oh, you recorded in the green room? Okay. What the hell? Okay. So, I don't know where I left off. I must have been frozen for like 15 minutes. Right at the start. You're kidding. My whole TA. You missed my whole TA. Oh my god, I hate YouTube so much. Oh, you got the bullish part? Okay, damn, man. I was so hyped on. I'm so ready for this stream too. Wolf Trap, yeah. What's up, Hippie Hedge Fund? What's up, man? It's recorded in the green room, but nobody saw it. So did you guys get the bear case at all? The bear case, let me know, because I got to get this out, because this is really, really important. Save the youth. You said no, you haven't. Some people got that and some people didn't. Okay, so here's the bear case, okay? So we have the FOMC on the 1st of February. They are going to be raising interest rates by 25 basis points. Now, we know that, yeah, the Bears rugged us. Now, we know that the Federal Reserve, everybody knows that they don't have any teeth. Like, they have raised rates as high as they could possibly raise it. Maybe they have a couple 25 basis points left in them, and that's about it. So I predict that Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is going to come out on February 1st and try to scare everybody because he has no teeth. He has no more tools in his arsenal. All he's going to do is raise interest rates by 25 basis points, and then he's going to be extremely hawkish because that's all that he can do, right? So what else is coming on February 1st? Well, that's big tech earnings. Big tech is dying, okay? We already know that big tech is doing massive layoffs, so the numbers are going to be bad. And all of the people that used to make those TikToks about how easy they had it at Google, they were showing how they are just drinking espresso and going for walks in the park. They're all fired, okay? They're all being laid off. They actually have, let me go in here. They actually like made a bunch of videos crying, right? After getting laid off. So all the big influencers, then all the Google tech guys, they're getting laid off. The numbers are going to be bad, and it's going to coincide with the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell raising interest rates. Now, when I said that this rally is going to, like 2 or 3 videos ago, I said this rally is going to extend all the way until February 1st. I had no idea that it was going to go this hard, this fast. So I believe that it is going to correct a little bit. Well, now even my trend line's messed up. I believe that it's going to correct a little bit here. Well, let's redo this trend line that goes. Did you guys see this trend line analysis? The bulls and the bears are meeting face to face right now, and it is decision time with the bulls in favor, right? We have not cooled off one bit. We have not had a pullback. We had a little consolidation here, but we've not had a proper pullback here. So around the FOMC, I believe people are going to take profits. I think the NASDAQ is going to get spooked. I think Jerome Powell's going to come out hawkish and freak everybody out, dropping the markets back down. But at the end of the day, we know that the Federal Reserve has no more teeth, right? We're looking at the national debt. Well, the United States has to pay interest on that. Like, they cannot afford much higher. The market knows this. They're front running it, and it's already pumping. Yes, we could be in a recession with mass layoffs and housing problems and still have a pump in the stock market because it is front running, and there is a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. Let's get a recap. Okay, that was the bearish one. So the bullish sentiment is you have this trend line that goes all the way back from Saturday. It goes all the way back right here from Friday 14th of 2017, before the giant blow off top to the bottom of the 2018 bear market. You can see that right there. You can see that it actually had a lower high on this trend line, the Cozy 19 crisis, which was a black swan event, and then now this bottom right here. And a lot of times people do tax loss harvesting. So in December, people like to sell, lock in the losses for their taxes, and then buy back in the beginning of the new year. All right. So I'm never going to miss that data point again. So a lot of that is coming off of that. There, it was just oversold and getting a nice massive rally. And we are getting that the federal, we got the CPI numbers were cool. They were 6.5%. So it's perfect storm to fuel this massive rally, but they have met the bear parabola, right? So we have this parabola for the bulls, and now we have the bear parabola right here. And we didn't have this until now, because it takes 3 touches to make a trend line, right? And we didn't have 3 touches. It was just all broken and crazy and in a free fall. Now that we have this pump, it lines up perfectly. So this is the bear parabola. This will be the rejection right here if it happens. If it pumps through this, I mean, damn, you know, like it might actually do this move. It might actually do this same move right here. So let me show you, just in case you missed it, because the stream cut out. You can see right here, when we finally got support on the 21 exponential moving average, how hard did we run up? Well, let's take a look. All the way to the top is about 249%. And where's your pullback, bro? Where's your pullback? No pullback. All it did was hug the 21 exponential moving average right here. All it did was hug this line, and it's like magnetic. This white line, the 21, is magnetic to price action. Anytime that is above it, you're in a bull trend. Anytime it's below it, you're in a bit of a bear trend. Remember Occam's razor, the simplest explanation in trading is the best. There's less points of failure. Like literally, we are above this. And the other one is you got the golden cross right here. So if you would have bought right here, you would have made it all the way up to about, you know, to that 14, right around here, about 14,000, before we finally started to cool off. So yeah, it doesn't have to cool off. It didn't back here. That's why I said by June, if it does the same thing that it did by June, in 3 months, by the beginning of June, it could definitely be at 40K if you juxtapose this chart onto what's currently going on with no pullback, okay? No pullback for you to buy. Look at that. So that is definitely a possibility. And then, you know, it went batshit crazy. Well, it did the Cozy 19 dip. Then it went batshit crazy. If you would have bought this golden cross right here, you would have made it. If you would have sold this golden cross right here, look at that. You would have missed this whole, or this bear cross, or the death cross right here. You would have missed this bear market or most of it. So just keep it simple. You know, I do believe that we're going to correct going into the FOMC. I think the Jerome Powell is going to just freak everyone out, just like in Jackson Hole. Because he doesn't have anything else. What else does he have? 2 more 25 basis point rate hikes. That's it before everything starts cracking. No, all he's going to do is come out and freak everybody out, and we're going to get that dip, and it might be a great time to start averaging into these markets. Okay, so taking a look at, we'll take a look at this chart right here. Am I going good? Are we still alive? Yes, we have our own sign. Yeah. So skip through, bro. What do you think about the S&P trying to break its resistance right now? I was actually just going to talk about that. We can talk about that quick before we go into this. I actually talked about it when it was frozen, and I totally had it. Now this is the other metric where I think that a reversal is in the S&P 500, which is the accumulation of all the world's wealth. You got to remember, like, people are just dumping money into this every paycheck, you know. So as the global economy grows and as technology advances, this is the best measurement of global wealth, in my opinion. Okay, So now this thing's been in a bear trend since December 30th, 2021. People started selling, and it's been going down this trend. And now it's kind of consolidating at the upper trend line, and it's actually busting through. So if it actually breaks through here, you know, you got to stay calm because it has broken through before. But if we actually start breaking out of this, and you're telling me that the global macro trend is changing, you know Bitcoin's going to pump way harder because it's way more volatile in each direction. So it's going to appear like Bitcoin is leading the market, but actually it's just following the S&P in a more volatile way on lower liquidity, right? So yeah, this is definitely breaking out. We're looking the bears and the bulls are looking face to face right here. You got the parabola right here that just showed up. Remember, 3 touches makes a trend. So it just showed up, and it's actually being respected. And then you have the bull parabola going all the way back to 2017, meeting face to face. It's super exciting, right? This is like Conor McGregor fight right here. Who is going to win? The bulls have the ball in their court. They're looking like they're winning. Got the FOMC coming up. We got tech earnings coming up on the same day. Big tech earnings. We already know they're crushed. We're on bearish divergence. Boom. This is pumping up. We have a higher high in price action, but we have a lower high on relative strength. So this last push is made on bearish divergence. So all that's lining up to about FOMC. So now, is everybody else waiting to buy the dip though? There's a lot of money out there. Let's take a look. Investors are holding near record level of cash and may be poised to snap up stocks. All right, so here's what's really going on. Basically, investors are scared to have their money in the stock market. But if you have it in cash, you're going to lose, 5%, 6% during the CPI. You're going to lose. You're going to be devalued as inflation is still hot. So what they're doing is they're putting their money into money market funds just to hold it there, and they're getting like 3.9%, right? But they're actually losing to inflation as well, but it's better than just holding it in cash, right? So in these money market funds, the investors have about $4.8 trillion at the week ending of January 4th. If this money starts trickling into the real economy, we can see a freaking huge, the marketplace, we can see a huge pump in stocks, okay? And according to HVID, or HVID, it's all going to PLS. It's all going to go into PLS and HEX. But yeah, so this is in traditional markets. What about stablecoins? So stablecoin holdings on all exchanges currently total about 28 billion. If market sentiment becomes optimistic this year, it is possible that Bitcoin could reach new all-time highs. I mean, we have enough. $28 billion in stablecoins are being held. A lot of people are holding on to USDC, waiting for their chance to get into the market. It's not quite $5 trillion like in the traditional markets, but 28 billion is enough to get us to a new all-time high. Remember, guys, that pump from 17K to 21K was 4 billion in 3 hours, okay? So yes, as the price goes up higher, it's higher to push the price, but there's plenty of money in stablecoins to pump this market to the upside. Now, speaking of which, I do have this really interesting article. Now, Coinbase executives accused Binance of price manipulation, which is super hilarious since Coinbase literally got caught for front running and their executives got fired and sued by the SEC, if you remember. But yeah, so now they're calling out Binance for, guess what? None other than front running. Who else would know better than the front runners themselves at Coinbase, right? They're saying that Binance employees are buying coins 13 seconds after they're listed, which we all know that they do. And it's kind of common practice in cryptocurrency as it is the wild, wild west. But there's something else that they're accusing of them that's very, very interesting. They're saying the whole move from 17K to 21K was made by someone on Binance aggressively buying Bitcoin with BUSD. And here is that chart. That's why you were like, what the hell is going on? We went from 17K to 21K like that. And we were saying on this channel, we looked at a previous video of mine and I was like, dude, somebody put in $4 billion in 3 hours. Well, now the people over at Coinbase are accusing Binance of doing it and saying that they're manipulating the market. So yeah, this is how markets move, and goes back to you, Jack Buterin. This goes back to you. You said that that previous pump in 2019 was because of the OnePlus Ponzi. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. And this could be just because of one entity manipulating the price on Binance. Like, this is how the crypto markets move. Like, good or bad, this is how they actually move. They're easily manipulated. They're low liquidity. You know, this isn't a $5 trillion market. You know, this is like a 1 trillion total market, right? So it's very. This is just how Bitcoin moves as of right now. It's very early of an asset. So now let's take a look at the chat. How we doing? Am I still on? Are we still on? Is everybody still here? Sorry about that, guys. Binance FUD never stops. Of course, man. They're coming after Binance next. You know, they did the Bits Lotto thing. And where did a lot of the money from Bits Lotto go? It moved through Binance. Like, everybody's like, oh, the Bits Lotto thing is a nothing burger. And it is. It is. It's some obscure exchange that that nobody knows of. But they're not playing checkers. They're playing chess. And they're trying to get evidence. They're gathering data to go for a big push against Binance because they're really skirting regulations right now. They're doing their own thing and they're operating freely as any exchange possibly could. They're not under the control of the United States government. And I think the Bits Lotto thing is just one step closer. So yeah, the Binance FUD never stops. They're always 100% under attack. And just because somebody bought, you know, $4 billion in BUSD doesn't mean that it was Binance executives themselves. It could be just some massive mega whale that wants to pump the market, and that's how markets move. Fuck, it's frozen. Don't tell me it's frozen, bro. Hold on. You're falling behind. You're behind. Skip through. Sorry. The frozen. I hope it's not frozen again. Anyways, so yeah, it really does not stop. Just joking, FUD. Thank God I'm not frozen again. And that's now, according to CoinShares, I read this article. They're saying that if crypto wants to stay in the green, central banks need to act. They need to pivot. Now, we're already saying that. Actually, you probably. Oh, TD. Okay, now you probably missed this part, but the CPI data is going to change. How they collect the CPI data changes on February 14th. Now, when the CPI numbers come out on February 14th, those numbers are going to be about January, right? Because it's always 1 month behind. Now, what happened in January? The CPI data collection changed. They are no longer using 2 years of data to collect the CPI. They're using only 1. Why are they doing that? Well, of course, it's to manipulate the price lower. But why would they need to do that? Well, because they have no teeth and they need to pause or pivot before something breaks in the market. So what are they going to do? They're going to manipulate these CPI numbers lower. It's already referred to as the CPI, but now they're only going to use 1 year of data to calculate the CPI because they have no teeth. They have to pivot. They have to pause, and they need a good excuse. So when the CPI data comes out on the 14th of February, I believe it's going to be in the 5%. It's going to be way lower because it's more manipulated, and it's manipulated because they need to pause. And that they're preparing for that big pause is what I believe. So yeah, so if crypto wants to stay green, central bankers need to act. The market cannot handle these high interest rates. Okay. So yeah, so I believe that we're going to have that big FUD in the tech earnings and the FOMC and Jerome Powell scaring everyone on the first, and we get that dip, and I plan on averaging a little bit into that dip. All right. So I don't know if we looked at this, probably not. So here's Bitcoin's historical drawdowns. Okay. So the red line is our current drawdown. The peak was 69K. The duration is the longest drawdown yet, 439 days. You know, we're max drawdown is about 78%. We're down like 67% right now. 2017 is the blue line. You can see that it was, the peak was 19,666, which is interesting. And the drawdown was 84%. And in November 2013, the drawdown was 85%, which makes sense since they really had the lowest liquidity of all time. So it was when Bitcoin was a baby. So now if we juxtapose that, and if we just take a look at this chart, you can see we are right on track with the halvings. Like, This is an insane move, probably like as insane as 2017 right here. What I just showed you about the bull case of no pullbacks straight to 40K if you ratio this to right now. That's what this one is. So we're way too soon, in my opinion. I could definitely see us coming down one more time. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much right on track. It's just a little too high, a little too fast for my liking right now. And I need to get in. All right, and one interesting thing that I noticed is that Bitcoin has actually been gaining users through 2022 through the nastiest, one of the hardest bear markets in its history. It's actually up users with an estimated, Bitcoin has an estimate of 219 million users. It continued to progress on the path of hyper Bitcoin, whatever. That's just moon speak for it's going up. So here's the chart right here that I really wanted to show you. See, in 2022, you could see we have gained, oh, this is total crypto owners, about 425 million. So that's very impressive. You can take a look at through 2019, we got all the way up to 219 Bitcoin users. So it's quite interesting that even though it's been going down for a year, we've had nothing but scandal, nothing but blowouts and blowups, but yet the amount of people using crypto is increasing. And that's also a very nice and bullish take on the market. It's very good. It's not decreasing in interest. It's actually going up in interest. Julio Garcia, man, what's up, bro? Shout out to you. Current is live. CWR rugged earlier. YouTube hates the WoofPack. I know, man, and I was on one too, bro. I was really, dude, I was in my zone too, and now I'm kind of off kilter because, like, I can't believe I talked for like 10 minutes, and I know the stream isn't going to do well now, but it's whatever. We're going to keep continue on. We're going to keep trucking. I think I talked about this already, and the stable coins. Okay, so America has its first nuclear power plant, Bitcoin mining center, and it's going to open in Pennsylvania, right? So what's going on is this nuclear power plant in Pennsylvania is having a Bitcoin mining farm because it's hard to regulate how much output nuclear power does. They need to be able to discharge some of the extra energy during the low times. So what they're going to do is they're going to power a Bitcoin mining farm. All right, so that's pretty freaking cool. We're talking about nuclear. We got nuclear Bitcoin in El Salvador. We have volcano powered Bitcoin. You know, this is crazy, man. Yeah, so it's a 48 megawatt plant. So I don't know if it can like power two freaking DeLoreans or what. Flux capacitors. So yeah, we can take a look at CoinGlass right here. We have about 136 million in liquidations. People are still getting liquidated pretty hard. On average, it's usually like 60 million a day, but right now you know, it's about double, and a lot of that is coming in on the bull side. Now if we take a look at the funding rate, you can see that the funding rates are favoring the bears right here. You can see that there's a lot of negative funding rates, not everywhere, but yeah, there's a lot of negative funding rates. That means the bears are paying the bulls to keep their positions open instead of vice versa. So how we doing, chat? Nah, TD, now our faith was tested. YouTube loves the WoofPack. Yeah, shout out to you. So let's not blaze through this too fast. So let's take a look at long versus shorts, top positions. I love looking at this and see what the big whales are doing. They're still long. Top futures position traders are mostly still long. So that is a good indication we can continue to pump for like another week until we get into the FOMC. And let's see the top Binance traders. You know, no long accounts are about 48%. So and then let's take a look at the top Binance traders. Long positions are 52%. So the people who are long have multiple positions, and then the people who are as far as the accounts in general go, the top trading accounts are actually just barely even, but a little bit favoring starting to short now. So let's see how we doing. Take a look at the chat. Not your enemy. Made it back. Hey, man, welcome back. The funny thing is, bro, is that not only did you miss my first analysis, but now you missed my reanalysis. But you're welcome home, buddy. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for coming back. So Davos launches a blockchain project that aims to be the Swift of stablecoins and CBDCs. Yes. So we got the WEF throwing their hat in the ring, and they want to be able to do you could say cross-chain swaps between CBDCs, like the digital yuan or like the Fed Now dollar, things like that. They want to be able to facilitate these swaps. And guess what else? If Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will not be allowed in their system, who would have thought, right? Just as the Swift network was created the original common standard for messaging between financial institutions across different settlement systems, the UDPN will serve as the same purpose for emerging generation of CBDCs and stablecoins. So yeah, crypto is not allowed. You got all these goofballs, you know, at WEF, you know, you got Polygon over there at WEF, you know, in their circle jerk, but really they don't really give it they don't care at all about cryptocurrency. No unregulated blockchain cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin will be accepted. So there you go. They're throwing their hat in the ring. They want to be able to swap CBDCs. They're on that level, you know. So there you go. There's Davos with the worst people in the world. So how we doing, chat? Is XLM Stellar Lumens the Davos coin? I don't know. Why would that be? The BTC rally really felt manipulated, or maybe it's just a cascade of short liquidations. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, if you had the power to be like, yo, I have all this money sitting in BUSD and I can just pump it and I'll ride the wave of liquidations up higher and then slowly take profits into the people that are FOMOing until I'm completely out, you would do it. Think of it, basically, it's like a flash loan attack, right? If you had that kind of money, you don't even need a flash loan. If you had money, or if you were in a coordinated group, which, I mean, we've all seen that there are coordinated pump groups. Like, we've all seen the videos of these guys that got headsets on, they're all in these big rooms and they're all pumping it and buying up all of the sellers and stuff like that, pushing it through, changing the sentiment, and then unloading. You know what I mean? That, I don't know if that's manipulation or if that's just how markets work. You see JP Morgan, you see all these big banks and stuff like that get in trouble for market manipulating silver, manipulating gold. You know, those are much bigger, more liquid markets. Like, to think that someone's not manipulating Bitcoin, of course they are. But I mean, does that matter? You know, like the OnePlus Ponzi that pumped in 2019, like did that actually matter? It's moving up, and that's where it's going, and that's where the bots and algos and the traders are pushing it. So what's good, man? GS, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Okay, so I kind of want to pivot a little bit and start talking about the AI thing. Okay, so I think that AI is going to be the metaverse of this cycle. So I've been trying to find any kind of AI related projects. Now, in the last cycle, I thought metaverse was dumb. And, you know, I made it through DeFi summer. I was sitting fat, you know, I was lazy. I was enjoying my gains. I wasn't really looking, and metaverse pumped like crazy. And I totally missed the metaverse thing. Now, that was 2020, whatever, one. Now this time, I think it's AI. AI is the big hype. Everyone's talking about ChatGPT, and there's quite a lot more actually. There's not just ChatGPT. Look, you have Microsoft is adding 10 billion to the investment in ChatGPT and other AIs. You know what I mean? Like, this is, remember when Facebook was building metaverse? Now Facebook's building AI. You have we're 2 weeks into 2023, and we've already had some crazy AI announcement. Microsoft bringing ChatGPT to Bing, Word, and PowerPoint and Outlook. They're going to they're going to retire the little paperclip guy. But yeah, so I mean, that's why they're buying this. You know, everyone's like, oh shit, it's going to be woke. It's going to be woke GPT, you know, because Microsoft is getting in, and that very well might be true, but they're really putting it to Bing, Word, and PowerPoint is what their intention is, you know. We got Google's text to image model, right? And that's right here. Now, currently this Imagine, it does not work. So you'll be able to write in a description, and it's going to make a video for you, which is cool, because I definitely want to be making my own like little cartoons and shit for this channel. That'd be fun, right? But one AI was brought to my attention. It's called mycharacter.ai. It's built on Polygon. Currently there's no token, but what they're doing is they're making like a weird kind of almost scary character that you can have be a chatbot. It can talk to you, it can search things for you, you can program its personality yourself, and you can also you mint it. It becomes an NFT on Polygon, which is not tradable or anything yet right now, but you can do this, and it's a cool, unique AI project. Okay, and that's kind of stuff that I'm looking for, because I think that's the kind of stuff that's going to pump the hardest. Now, I think it looks a little bit crude right now, but I think that this stuff like this is going to be in the future. And Pascal dropped it in the chat, and it was a really great find. And I did actually mess with it a little bit, but I don't know if you're going to get the audio because the stream's been messed up.
Hi, my name is HFade. I had dinner with Richard's Heart, which made me a crypto expert. I enjoy long talks with the SEC, spreading fake news for attention. I will stake attention for 5,555.
Pat Grant, Hood's dev rug the stream. But you got my Hood comment? That she's... Did you get that? Did you guys get the part of the video where I did investors are holding near record levels of cash? Or was that rugged? Let me know. I don't remember. But anyway, so this is a cool thing. I'm not saying go ape into this. I mean, you really can't. But I think that a token is coming because you use credits to build these things or whatever. But it's fun and interesting, and clearly it needs some more development. But I think that's going to be the hype of the next cycle. With you got Microsoft getting in, you got all these big companies. We got Google's text-to-image is coming out. Stability AI, Deep Floyd, no idea what that is. Apple AI's audiobooks, that'd be dope, you know, like, because you're busy, you're working, you're doing things, and you can listen to an audiobook. The AI will just read it to you. That sounds pretty freaking amazing, and it just keeps going on. This is going to be the year of AI, guys. This is going to be the year of AI. It's a good idea just to kind of toy with these. Make sure you're staying up to date. Make sure you're messing with this stuff so that not just speculating, but just screwing around with it. You know, that this thing is free, and go mess around with it and kind of learn about how it's working. You want to be, I believe that, you know, it's going to be an accelerator for productivity. You know, you got all kinds of crazy stuff coming out this year, so definitely stay on track with that. And this is the Imagine, which should be dope, man. But right now it's currently down. They won't let you make any videos because they don't have any safeguards for I guess they're worried they don't have any safeguards for like inappropriate content that to be listed. So they're working on that. Good. Yeah, we saw record levels of record levels of cash. Okay, great. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. I heard the investors cash some trillions in stock market, 28 billions in stables and change in bro, I think it takes so during the last bull market, the analysis was that $100 million in stable coins equals 1% in Bitcoin price action. So 100 million. So if you have, you know, which is kind of crazy, you know, because when we have that like 500 million liquidation day, when shorts get liquidated and we go up like that 5%, I mean, it totally makes sense. You know, I totally buy that analysis. So, I mean, 28 billion. So, you know, what do we got that? So what's 28? Yeah, so there's 10. So 280%, which would bring us what to like 240% would bring us to 40K. So if everybody bought right now, we could get to like 40K, which matches up with my previous analysis. But you know, whatever. A little bit of hopium there, guys. That's just a little bit of hopium. So Vitalik Buterin proposes stealth addresses to enhance Ethereum privacy. So Vitalik wants the shadow fork to go through. It's one step closer to the Shanghai system update. The system will allow users to generate obfuscated public addresses and receive funds privately, which does sound great. But Can we get some scalability, bro? Have you seen, like, work on gas fees, okay? Everything's moving to Polygon, which I'm very bullish on Polygon. You know, like this AI that we were talking about, the mycharacter.ai, there's no way that it would be able to operate on Ethereum. There's no freaking way. So even though that stealth addresses is going to enhance things, and it's going to be great for people like Richard Hart, who is paying, you know, devs and stuff, and he doesn't want people to see the transactions, you know, that's great. I doubt that it's going to be able to pass chain analysis. I think if it was able to hide from chain analysis, they probably wouldn't do it, you know, but it gives you the privacy from you and me. So like, we don't have the computer power that these chain analysis companies have. So we won't be able to see who Richard's sending money to pay for devs. But if they did a chain analysis on it, they'd find it. So, I mean, as cool as this is, and thank you for that, I appreciate that. But bro, can we get some scalability? Because if this shit does take off, if this is the bottom and we're going to another bull market and we're going to see Ethereum at 10K, what's the fees going to be? It's going to be crippled, you know? So yeah, let's work on a little bit of fees, okay? I'm sure maybe they're working at some other department, right? They got the Vitalik Buterin fees department or whatever. It's another desk. I don't know. But as cool as this is, bro, like, who cares? So let's take a look at Hex. Hex on the daily chart, man, you know, it is having a little bearish engulfing candle right here, but this isn't the price action that I want to see. I'm also seeing just a little bit of a head and shoulders here. Can you see that? Got a little head here, or a shoulder here, and a head here. So this is usually, typically, you'll say M patterns are murder and W patterns are win. This is definitely like not looking great. This is not the price action that I want to see, especially when we got a lot of hype about Pulse Chain coming out. You know, you got KDP, she's out here saying that the bridge block total was taken back to 0, like the V3 is coming out. Vid says it's a couple hours away, you know, so like 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, but you know, so like we're saying earlier, you know, like this is kind of like the boy who cried wolf. And they keep saying that Pulse Chain any second, and then like the price is not pumping because it's so saturated with this false data and false information. Nobody really wants to buy because nobody knows if it's really true. So it's just like these engagement farmers that are going on in Hex is definitely, I think, is actually hurting the price. Like, it does help engagement. It does keep people from like turning away and quitting. But I actually, like, if this really is real news, if Pulse Chain really version 3 is really hours away, then this bitch should be like at 4 cents. You know, this thing should be like at 5 cents. So I think if V3 does come out, I could see us definitely pumping it over here to like 4.4 cents. Like yeah, like right here, 4.4 cents, or to the 200 on the daily, or possibly like 6 or 7 cents is definitely in the cards. But no one believes it. No one's going to believe it until it happens, and then it's going to be an insane moon pump because the liquidity on this is insanely low. So yeah, so I guess Pulse Chain can be any second, or V3 can be any second, but the chart doesn't show it. The chart shows a bearish pattern. And when Bitcoin took out its previous high, the SBF high, Hex didn't. Hex is still below its previous high. That's why I was saying like 3.5 cents, I turned bullish on Hex. I'm starting to turn bullish, but it didn't do that. It was quite weak, actually. So as long as it's staying right here, that's fine. But anything under a penny is probably a good way to average in if you are bullish on Hex. I'm not telling you that's what you should do. I'm just saying, if you are bullish on Hex, you know, like anything under a penny, which, by the way, you know, I did my Christmas giveaway and Rafael got it. And I think I got Hex for him at under 2 cents. So technically I gave away the bottom and sold the top. Technically, if this is the bottom. So that's pretty cool if you think about that. That's pretty badass. So this is not a good pattern. But if Bitcoin continues, I think this should continue. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. We need more tweets. See what else we got. Pulse Chain bridge block, nuclear power plants. All right, guys, you got any questions? I heard that investors, okay, real Ethereum scalability will come with sharding, but the update might take years. Yeah, scalability is the hard part, isn't it? I mean, Polygon is pretty good, and now you know, the guy, the founder of Zen, Jack Levin, he just made a tweet saying that it's going to be like 1,000, his chain is going to be based on Polygon, and it's going to be like 1,000 times faster than Ethereum or something like that. So like these other layer ones that are copies of Ethereum have a lot of freaking throughput. You know, they don't have as much data going through it, but they're pretty freaking impressive. Maybe not as secure, but impressive. So I don't know. They really need to step their game up and really focus on that. Cornholio, what's up, bro? Everything is pumping but Hex. Actually, not everything. I wouldn't say. Well, you got FTM. Let's take a look and yeah, FTM is ripping, bro. I mean, would you call this a previous high? I mean, I wouldn't. I would say this is the previous high. So yeah, FTM is way stronger than Hex. You're right about that. We got the S&P 500 breaking out of his trend, or his bear market trend. Wait, let's take a look at TRX. Dang, TRX is doing like a little Adam and Eve bottom right here. Gaining the 200 exponential moving average right there. I mean, damn. It's got a little cup and handle action. Even TRX looks better. What the? That's crazy, bro. Never thought I would see the day. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is ripping. You can see where all the action is. It's in Bitcoin, especially that guy who injected $4 billion in 3 hours, or entity, or a group of people, or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to have too much of a tinfoil hat, but yeah, I mean, you can see right here, dude. This thing is ripping. Can it take out the highs of what? Where was this? Saturday, January 11th, 2022. Why the hell did it rip so hard back then? I don't think I remember that. January 2022. So when we started rolling over. Yeah, that's when the bear market. Is that when the bear market started? Yeah. That's basically when the bear market started. That's when it ripped that hard. So when the bull market starts, is it going to rip that hard? Can you compare those two? I mean, it looks okay. Why don't we take a look at Zen? Damn, I can't believe I got rugged. But yeah, oh yeah, Polygon Matic. I'm interested in this. So if we get a nice little correction here going into the FOMC, going into tech earnings, I think I'm going to pick up some Polygon and Matic just because the Trump NFTs are on there. You know, you got like these AIs being built on there. I just still see there's some innovation going on in that sector. And, you know, like I'm kind of in an echo chamber, so it'd be nice to go into another sector like Polygon. Seems like there's hype there. It seems like there's development there, and that's where I want to go. Ultimately, I just like DeFi. I like tech, things like that. So to really keep my interest, you know, you got to be doing something. You got to be building, and it looks like those guys are building over there. And I really never dabbled with Polygon, so I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna pick up some of this. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of ETH, and maybe pick up a little bit of Hex. ASIC? Okay, no problem, man. Brian says he wants ASIC. Let's take a look at ASIC. Where are we at? PLS ASIC. Pulse Bitcoin. Oh, this is Pulse Bitcoin. We can start here. I know I have ASIC somewhere in here. FTT, Euro, NMR, Ocean, FET, AGIX. These are all the AI coins that were in there. Bonk. Let's get rid of that. That was annoying. Okay, here's ASIC. Oh, what happened, bros? What happened to the shiny city on the hill? Man, that's a pretty bad correction. People are taking profits. Has it been 30 days? Do I need to restart my miner again? Where did all this PLSB come from, or these ASICs come from? This is weird. It must have been 30 days. Are we going on to a new mining cycle or what? This looks like AIDS, bro. What happened? Now we're below the S1 pivot. Now these are Fibonacci pivots. They do a very, very good job in finding support and resistances. And it's, you know, shooting a nice little doji below the S1. That's nasty. I mean, we could probably take out this low if we dump in the FOMC. Man, anything Hex related is just not pumping. That's crazy. Everything is moving, bro, and then it's just not pumping. Even Zen is moving. Look at this thing. It's up 5%. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of bearish on this because of the gas fees. You know, like what happens when we are in bull market and we go to like, even though like maybe it appreciated quite a bit and you earned a lot in your accelerator or your amp, and you have so many, but you go to unstake and you're left with $7, just like now, you know, like it'll ratio itself up. Like, okay, yeah, cool, I made all this, 400 days, bro, we made it 400 days. Then you go to unstake and it's bam, $1,000 fee. Holy shit. You do the math. Oh shit, I made $7 in 400 days. You know? It's just, I don't know, man. It's so cool what they're doing over there, what they're building over there. The guys, you know, I recently seen Richard Hart. He had people were sharing a post that he wrote on Hacker News. Sorry, I don't have it. I totally forgot to bring that. But yeah, he has a post on Hacker News saying that he pays developers $250,000 a year, okay? And he has like what, 18 developers? Oh, that's a lot of millies a year, man, and it's not done. So the longer it goes, you know, if I was making $250,000 a year being a developer, I'd be dragging my feet. You're not gonna get that on other projects. I mean, $250K to work on Pulse Chain? Oh, you better believe that shit's gonna take 4 years. 4 years of gravy train. So no, man. But anyways, you know, Richard Hart, because Hex is blackballed, and because, you know, maybe some of his antics and some kind of like the bad cloud, you know, that everyone thinks he's a scammer, which I don't know, I don't think so. But he can't get devs for $250K a year. He can't get a Pulse Solidity dev, Go dev, and Rust dev. You know, so I seen his post on Hacker News. So it's like, but Jack Levin, he is connected. He's connected in Silicon Valley. He had like image share. He had like all these other companies. He was part of Twitter. He was part of Google in the 90s, you know, even if he was just the janitor, whatever. So like he has the connection in the devs, and the development that's going on in Zen is fantastic and fast, and it looks cool. But look at this chart though, bro. Richard Hart shit went up, you know. This isn't going up like this. I mean, I get it. It's like forever inflation, and you're just going to use it to burn and buy another coin and all this shit. But, you know, like, I don't know. Can we mix the two? Like, can we get the cool devs from the Jack Levin Silicon Valley friends and not, you know, like, and then have like Richard Hart's actual price going up thing, you know, like the whole 10,000x bit? We like get these two to, do we have to hate each other? Can we just have these guys who are building a chain in like 2 weeks and it looks fantastic? Do y'all want $250,000? Do you just want to come over here and get this thing launched? You know, we got. Do you want HVID to nag you? Maybe that's why they don't want HVID to nag, or HVID. Wait, VID. They don't want HVID to nag them. Every day HVID is nagging us. Every day she's nagging the devs, saying it. It's gonna be a couple hours and all this stuff. Well, maybe that's why they don't. But I just wish we could get along. So what do we got going on in the chat? I like Matic, but they're partnering with WEF. So is ETH. ETH is partnering with WEF. It's the same thing, man. I mean, Vitalik was having dinner with Putin before everything started, and he was at WEF. Look it up. It's all WEF, bro. They're even trying to take over the Chat GPT and make it woke GPT too. Can't escape these guys. All you can do is just not support anything they do. That's what I do. I vote with my wallet. I have no power, you know. I have this little YouTube channel. I got rugged. You know, I had a great stream, you know, coming up. I was really stoked and did like 2 hours of show prep. But anyways, they're taking over. They're trying to buy Chat GPT. They're trying to gain influence and all that stuff. All you can do is any company, you know, is kind of avoid them. Which I just realized that I contradicted myself with the Polygon thing. Polygon's cool though, but like, you know, like I don't buy Nike and stuff anymore, stuff like that. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if I might have to draw the line and get Polygon though. Looks cool. They're developing. Any NFTs we're looking at, TD? So here's some of the pumpamentals that I've been kind of working on for the WoofPack NFTs. So what I think is going to happen is that I think we're going to have it. So there will be different rarities for different traits. So like the dystopian ones, you know, like the dark background, like ruins. And they're all like strapped up with like guns and all that. Like that, those are going to be the most readily available ones, and they're going to get more and more scarce as you get to the top ones, the elite ones, which are going to be zombies. Because, you know, like CryptoPunks, you know, the zombies were the most that people wanted, and there's only going to be a few of them, and you can only get them if you collect a full set, and then you burn the full set for the one rare one. So it just gives it a little bit of token metrics and a little pump of mentals. Now these are going to go to channel members for free. So like you'll get sent one. I'll probably like make you one if you're in the chat and I know you. I'll probably like make you a specific one, depending on what tier of contributor you are. You'll get a different tier, and if you collect all the tiers, you burn them all for the elite. So and some people might never even mint an elite, you know, and that's fine too. That's why they're elite. You know, they're still going to be badass ones if you've seen them in the chat. But I'm not really looking at any other NFTs, but I'm going to hit the NFT game hard once I get off the stream, because I have a lot to figure out, like distribution, token mathematics, things like that. It's not simple at all. And I want to build a front end. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, they're also going to have like stats. Like you're going to be able to like build on top of them at a front end and stuff like that. So it's a huge project. It's not just like, oh, here's an NFT, piss off. No, it's like it's legit. I want it to be addictive, you know? Like that's what I like, addictive cryptos. Things that like you love to do, you know? Not just like sit and wait and hope. You know, like crypto's about rolling up your sleeves, getting in here and getting in these contracts, and that's how you become, you know, successful in this game. Because if you don't actually get in and do the crypto, you have no idea if it works. You have no idea if it's good. You know, you have no idea. So if you're not doing the crypto, you don't know if it's any good. You know, I think of it like China White, right? Like you didn't try it, you don't know if it's good, and then you're holding something that everyone's like, this sucks, and dumps. So, you know, I want something that goes by the principles of CWR. You know, it's like addictive. I want more. I'm enjoying doing this, and not, you know, just something to speculate on, because like a, you know, that's not what crypto's about. Crypto's about doing and engagement and having fun. So if I think it's addicting and fun, I think that others will too. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. So what's up, guys? What else do we got here? I know I missed something. Somebody said Rex. Which one of you guys said Rex? WoofPack, let's go. Thank you. By the way, thank you guys for sticking through. I got rugged on the stream. It was super painful. Man, I was killing it, man. Like, that hurts. That hurts that the stream is ruined. Ouch. Okay, let's take a look at Rex. God. Do I even have Rex anymore? It's XRX, isn't it? XRX, where you at? Still like this token, but I haven't bought any because it's been a bear market. That's XRP. XRX, BUSD. Let's freaking go. So now they're moving to Polygon? Is that true? Is that what I heard? Yeah, at first I didn't like that. They're moving to Polygon, but now I do. Because, you know, I'm starting to like it. Oh shit, look at this. Damn, even Rex moved more than Hex. What's going on? Dang. So here we go. We finally we have been in this downtrend. Now we've been faked out before. I remember when this pump happened and I was starting to get kind of bullish, and then it went down to new lows. Now, just by judging this price action, is the launch phase over? I haven't been following. It looks to me like the launch phase is over because they had the lotteries in the launch phase that really killed the price. I think it was meant to have like incentive to stake because every day there was a lottery, but this is what it did. It looks like a bot was dumping it. You know, and this is all the lottery winnings. They just went straight to sell, which didn't work out. I don't think the lottery thing was successful. Then we had this big pump. I think it was like $200,000 injection. I remember this. And then we broke out, and I saw some life, and I thought it was going good. And then boom, rejected the 21. Remember, this white line is magnetic. It likes to hold the price action. Any deviation from this white line is unusual. It should be suspicious. Like you can see right here. You can see the deviation from the divergence from the 21. Rejection, rejection, daily downtrend, rejection, rejection, right? And fake out. Look at how it's rejecting here. You can see like when it's touching the line like this for like 5, 6, 7, 8 days, you can see that it's getting ready to coil. It's coiling up is basically how I look at it. It's coiling up and then it pops. Boom, it popped. Now it's trying to gain support on the 21, which it did try to do back here a little bit. It did try to do this back here, but it just didn't work out. So I hope that it's glad to see this moving. I think the founder's a cool guy. I like people that are in Rex. They're a good community. But I don't think a lot of people know about this one. But I'm gonna buy some. I'm probably gonna buy a little bit of that, just for the hell of it. That's for you, Scotty. Shout out to you, brother. All the L1s pumping first, then liquidity moves to ERC20s and DeFi coins. So far, so good. And yeah, that's another thing that I was saying is like, if you miss, you know, I'm not gonna buy any Bitcoin. I have a HODL position, and I don't need any more Bitcoin. I don't need any more pet rocks. I'm buying alts, right? But I'm using Bitcoin to gauge on when to buy those alts. So yeah, I mean, most of the altcoins have not pumped yet, or at least not pumped like Bitcoin. So that tells me two things. You know, yes, Bitcoin usually steals the show during big market transitions. Like we saw how the last pump on BTC.D. Do I have it still? That last pump on BTC.D. That was that Bitcoin dominance chart right here. That last big pump was when the bear market reversed, or when we became like officially in the bear market. Here's our trend that I drew back then. Right here, you see that? And then what was this? I bet you this is when the bull market started. 2021, no, that's Cozy 19. Hold on a second. Whoa, what happened here? 2021. DeFi summer? Bro, I think this is DeFi summer. Let me see. April 20, yeah. Dude, check it out. This is crazy. This is DeFi summer right here. That's how bad market dominance fell, and it never came back. It's in this nasty sideways channel. But yeah, so then we had that nice big pump Wednesday, October 2021. I think that we started to roll over. That's when we started to roll over. Yep. And then what do we got here? Wednesday, January, what? June 2022. That's why. So that was what the hell happened then? June 20. Well, anyways, so yeah, yes, that tells me that, and also it kind of makes me worried because then I'm like, okay, so why aren't alts pumping? Is everything just like, is Bitcoin kind of stealing the show because it's being pumped artificially on Binance, like everybody is saying? Like that's what, like some of the like lower data that's not being shared. Is that why? That's what it, you know, like, is that why alts aren't pumping? So I don't know. That's the other thing that I'm kind of concerned about. But yeah, the alts have not really pumped yet. The S&P is breaking through its trend line. Bitcoin is looking at the parabola that just showed up. It just happened. There was no sense in this trend at all until now. The bulls are facing the parabola from the downtrend. The S&P is facing its down parabola from the beginning of the bear market. I mean, we're right there. If this is a fake out, if we go to new lows, this is the best fake out I've ever seen since I've been in crypto in early 2017. Like I followed it in 2016, but I didn't get in any until 2017. But yeah, so like, I don't know. This is critical times. It's beautiful too. You know, is it going to do the same thing it did back here? The last time we had the RSI this hot. The last thing we did, this is 234% from the confirmation of the 21 pop. Look how beautifully it holds the 21. This is real price action. It's not so volatile and crazy. 234% in almost 4 months, 3.5 months. That puts us at 40K if it does this, and no pullbacks. Wait for a pullback, bro. Wait for a pullback. None. That'd be like the worst case scenario. And what do you do? Remember what you do if it runs away? Buy the 21. Right now, remember, this is magnetic. Buy the 21. You see it there? Buy a little bit, buy a little bit, buy a little bit. When it breaks the 21 trend, you sell. Gorgeous fake out right here. This is what happens even with this strategy. And then you sold, and all the way, that'll take you all the way down to this fake out before the Cozy 19, and then boom. So yeah, it's not perfect, but like remember, Occam's razor, CWR razor. The simplest trading strategy is the best trading strategy. Do a golden cross, death cross strategy. You'll be ahead more than like your favorite crypto influencer trader, I promise you. That's doing all kinds of crazy counting to 5 and doing all these crazy patterns. No, dude, just here's the easiest one you could do, is the simplest one. Boom, you can see there's a golden cross, the 21 and the 200, the yellow and the white line. Boom, you wrote it up. Here's where it crossed. How much did you net? Then you get out. So how much did you net? From cross to out, you gained 74%. Then you got fucked up right here real bad. And then back. Then you would have caught that whole thing. You would have sold here and then got here, which you would have bought in lower. And then pumped to all-time highs. You would have got screwed right here a little bit. No, right here, you would still win. Simplest trading strategy if you want to be a trader, but I am a long-term hodler. I'm trying to preserve capital. So I'm doing the slow route and just making sure I'm not getting faked out. But yeah, so here we are again. Bearish divergence. Boom. At the trend line, the bulls are meeting the bears. The two parabolas have met. And this is more exciting to me than any kind of football game or anything like that. This is what's exciting to me. I'm like, holy shit, what's going to happen? You know, we can even take a look at the 4-hour chart really quick. Remember, February 1st, FOMC. February 1st, we have earnings calls for tech. So NASDAQ's heavily correlated to the S&P or to the Bitcoin price action. It's tech, right? So we have, you know, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell does not have much teeth. They already raised as much as they can pretty much raise, but they can FUD. So I'm expecting massive Jackson Hole style FUD on February 1st when Jerome Powell speaks. I think he's going to FUD the hell out of it because that's all he's got to tame inflation at this point. And 25 basis points, which nobody gives a shit, you know? So just remember. So as far as the bearish divergences go, you can see that we had bearish divergence in here. We still have it right there. But now we're confluent on the 4-hour. Let me see. Actually, we're still, yeah, we're confluent on the 4-hour now. So there you go. It's it didn't play out, or it still could. You look on the daily, it's still there. But right now, the market's confluent in this area. So anyways, let me jump off in the chat real quick. What's up, Last Man? Shout out to you, buddy. Sorry about the stream getting rugged. It really took the wind out of my sails, man, because I was, damn it. DJ message retracted. What happened? I want to see what it was. I can't see it. Oh well. Danny J, shout out, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Can you check Rex, please? Auction phase finished in 16 days. Okay, yeah, we did that already. Can you look at PLS BTC pre? Oh, you mean PLSB? Yeah, we can real quick. Why not? Let's look. I think like it got pumped and dumped hard. Like somebody exited. Well, I think this ascending triangle has played out. It might be time to erase this. Because now look at this. I mean, it did break out and then got slapped down. So now what do we have? Well, just have an ascending channel. This is the way I see it. Well, we can't really use that, can we? There's 3 touches. Kind of like ascending wedge looking thing. Pretty ugly. Doesn't really work. You do have the 200 exponential moving average and the 20 coming here for a death cross. So the bulls really need to step in. It looks dead as hell, bro. Like, what happened? Like, why is it not pumping? Like, hex related shit is just not pumping right now, which is kind of concerning, you know. Like, everything's moving. The hexagons are the best pumpers, the best hypers, the best clout chasers, the best, you know, shillers, but it didn't move. So that's kind of sus that none of this shit's moving. But when I think basically people are done until PLS comes out. Why do Pulse Doge? Oh, because you want a PLSB, not Pulse Doge. Yeah, you want this. Sorry about that, bro. But yeah, I mean, what's the point of buying pulse chain related products? So I think that's what's killing it. If, in my personal opinion, I think that's what's killing it, because Richard's quiet. He's not doing anything crazy. He's not out here, you know, twerking or anything like that, or buying whatever, buying purses. Yeah, man. It looks like daily downtrend confirmed. Yeah, man. Below that, we did get a nice bounce off the S2 pivot right here. Weak, didn't even touch the 21. Like I said, man, I until PLS V3 comes out, I think the volatility is going to come into the upside, and I'll be able to gauge like the temperature of the hex fever that's set in now. Like, this is scarlet fever over here, you know, like what's the temperature of this? We're going to know when that V3 drops, which I believe it will be dropping soon. When that thing drops, then we can see where the bulls, if there are any hex bulls left, or if the bears are just waiting to dump. So that'll be an interesting thing to see. How high will V3 go? I think if it goes all the way to 10 cents, which I know sounds insane, but hex is like $1 million in liquidity or something. I haven't actually looked. So like, it can do crazy shit, very crazy. And some of the people that sold and left could come back in a hurry and all at once. You know, a lot of people sold and probably turned away, but when V3 comes out and everybody comes in at the same time, the shit can go to 10 cents. I think if V3 comes out and this thing goes to 10 cents, I'm going to say hex is fine and healthy. You know, if we can't beat, dude, if V3 comes out, we can't beat 7 cents. I believe it's 7. Why don't we come back and just take a quick look? If we can't beat, where are we at? So why don't we, that's the daily. Let's take a look at the weekly for a little bit better. Damn, what the hell's going on with the weekly chart? Weekly downtrend. You can see this white line, like I always said. You can see this rejection, rejection, rejection. Huge deviation. I don't know. It could be due for a pump. It's crazy. What is going on here? What is this? Am I on the right chart? Let's try the other chart real quick. My bad. I think that chart's broken. Here we go. That's much better. Here you go. Weekly. You can see a lot of more historical data here. I did delete the descending triangle. It's not a descending triangle anymore, but it did play out. I could draw it again, but I mean, look, it's not really a descending triangle anymore. But yeah, you know, here's the primary pivot. So here at 10 cents. And what is also, what is it? That's also this descending triangle. The one that made me very not popular. You can see that right there. So primary pivot, you have this trend line of the descending triangle. If we can't hit here, man. And where's 6 cents? 6 cents right here will be right here in the 55. 6.7. That's what I wanted to say. Like 6.77 cents is what I expect. 10 cents is fantastic. Anything below, like if we can't even make it above 3.5, if we can't even take out this high, okay, I would say between 4 and 5 cents. If we can't make it above there, I'm gonna be super duper bearish about that. Bears and bulls are fighting to death. WoofPack just chilling and watching the show. That's the theory, the theme of the channel, you know, just entertainment while we're hodling and while we're staking and while we're searching for new products and projects and stuff to get excited about and adopting as much as we can and learning as much as we can and making fun of people. Yeah. Didn't you say Rex was moving to Polygon? That's what I said. That's what I thought. Didn't they say that? Or is it? It's on BU. It's on Binance. I believe it's moving to Polygon, which is very bullish. I think they're giving people 1-to-1. I don't know. I don't remember. Saint Wolf, yeah, please. PLS needs to come out before anything. Exactly. And once that happens, I suspect that we'll do a lot better. But anyways, guys, do you have any other questions? Because I'm about to wrap it up here, trying to keep it under 2 hours. Anybody else? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Join the WoofPack. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.